Good morning. So, yesterday, after putting in a load of hay, helping put in a load of hay, and then working in the forge all day, I decided we're going fishing. So we did. We headed out in the kayak, got some fishing done. And I specifically decided I was going to use 6 cents Vegas hush frogs. Now, I hadn't lost what would have been my personal best bass off the kayak on the Vegas hush frog Cajun Blue, this guy. And as you can tell, it's tore up, absolutely tore up. It's got a broken hook. It's getting destroyed. It's to the point now where it's so mangled that you cast it and it fills up with water. Which, I mean, if you really want to cast really, really far, that's not a bad thing. But if you want it to stay on the surface, it's kind of a bad thing. So how I managed to get my personal best yesterday, when the day before I had lost my personal best. So the idea with these hooks is that they're soft, and when the fish bites down, it exposes the hook, and you drive the hook into the fish's mouth, and they get hooked. However, that barely ever actually works. What you really need to have on a frog like this is a trailing hook. Now, this isn't a 6 cents. I can't remember what the brand name of this is. It's probably a pad crasher. But it has the same things, but it also has a trailing hook. This trailing hook that sticks out the back, this causes the hookup rate to go up about 50%. So the hookup rate is an abysmal, like 10% of the time when you're casting one of these and it just has these hooks. 10% of the time you actually hook a fish. The rest of the time they grab the legs with their mouth and they don't pull the frog all the way in, and you miss the fish. Big fish, little fish, you miss them. But if it's got this back there, when they grab the legs, they grab in front of that and you set the hook and it just goes right in. Now, I had been trying to find double trailing hooks online, and there's a company called Bass Strike, and they make a double trailing hook, but they're not accepting orders, so can't get a double trailing hook from them. And I had a trailing hook break. It had one of these little metal bars that's on here. It broke off. So I turned it into a double trailing hook with a little bit of what is that stuff? UV resin and my little UV flashlight. I made myself a double trailing hook, and that means that it's got a hook pretty much right where both the legs are. So when they grab one leg or the other leg, they get hooked. This shot the double trailing hook shot the hookup rate up a ton, to the point where every time I got bit, almost, I was at least hooking a fish. Didn't always get him back to the kayak, but I almost always actually hooked the fish. So when I caught my personal best bass off the kayak yesterday, it was on this Cajun Blue with that double trailing hook attached to it. And it worked great. It was fantastic. So the only reason that I'm going to have to stop using this particular one is because it's so torn up that it's taken on water. So I'm going to go back to 6 cents on TikTok, and I'm going to order probably 3 or 4 of these and just keep them in the boat. And I've also decided to buy a couple things and make my own double trailing hooks. So maybe I'll have those available at some point. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep throwing the 6 cents baits. So we're going to try this guy today. This is the 6 cents Vegas hush frog. Pretty sure this is the warmouth. And we're going to see how this color does. This color I thought would do fantastic here. I mean, it's got the lighter belly like this guy does, right? But it's got the green on it, and they do like the live target green, but the live target green has a yellow or orange underbody. Something about this white body, they don't like it. At least on my lake, they don't like it. So I hooked a few fish with this. I landed a couple small ones, but the bite ratio was way down. They liked this one a lot more. I mean, obviously, it's torn up. They like this one a lot more. So if you're thinking about getting one of these Vegas hush frogs, see them advertised on TikTok or whatever, if they pop up. If you do bass fishing and stuff, they probably pop up. Get them. Absolutely get them. But then you're going to want to go online and search for a frog tail hook or a trailing hook. And make sure you get some of these. And they're really easy to install. I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so you grab the frog butt. Right here, this plastic part. Just pull it forward. You can take the hook on and off. Hook's back on. Let go of the froggy. Make sure that it's not hooked on itself. And then you got the trailing hook back there. There's still enough room for it to bite down and pull this down and get bit and get hooked right there, but you're going to have a lot more hookups with the trailing hook anyways, even if this wasn't here. So that's my thoughts on the Vegas hush frogs. We're going to try this warmouth today. I'll let you know how it goes.